So This Is Love by For Curious Dad on AO3. Episode 13, Chapter 6, Moving Forward. Sero rushed out of class when the bell rang off, not even bothering Kaminari and Mina's calling for him from behind. From UA to Todoroki School needed at least 20 minutes. He could make it 10 if he flung himself in small alleys, avoiding people. Also counted that as his practice. Exactly 13 minutes later, he landed near Todoroki's school gate. Last time was 15. I made improvement. Fixing his uniform, he ran his hand through his hair, tried to make it look neater, and leaned in the school gate, projecting an image of nonchalant Sero, who was just waiting patiently for his friend. Luckily, he didn't have to wait that long. Todoroki showed up a few minutes later. He smiled brightly and waved at him, while keeping another hand in his pocket. This is good, Sero. Be cool, wave, and smile. Every day at the same place at the same time, Sero would always show up. To be honest, Todoroki was truly surprised. He knew Sero said he would come, but he never thought Sero would actually do that, and was very committed to it. He got used to hearing promises that never came true. Like how Enji told him that the training sessions would stop after a final move. But it always was more after that. Like how Enji told him that his mom would come back if he behaved, but she didn't. Or like Fuyumi and Natsuwa told him that they could hang out and play whenever he wanted, but they couldn't. Or how he promised that he was going to be a great hero, but he didn't. Here he was, studying in a not-so-hero-related school, having an ordinary life of a high schooler student. But now, things have become different. Thanks to Sero, he found himself abandoning the obligations and expectations being pressed on him. He finally had the courage to talk with his mom and face his dream one more time. And thanks to Sero, right here, right now, Todoroki believed that being a non-hero high schooler was a great idea. The experience gave him a moment of peace out of Endeavor's ambitions and the world of heroes, especially this life that brought Sero to him, who helped him see that the world of heroes in a fun and cool way. And now he realized he was the one who rescued him with his past words. All of that thought flushed through him at the moment he saw Sero, leaning on the school gate, waving at him, with his familiar and somehow very proud smirk. Today seemed brighter than yesterday. Although it was kind of impossible, that must be the only explanation for how Sero looks so dazzling and warm for Todoroki. Something started to bloom inside him, slowly, small, and gently, without him noticing. Sero, you came. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Sero laughed. Then he put his hand around Todoroki's shoulder. Let's go. Do you want to go somewhere before you go home? Somewhere? Yeah. All we go to is mangas and coffee shops. Perhaps you want to change the location? Is there any place you want to go? The idea of hanging out after school was, still, a very new concept for Todoroki. Little did he know, this was just an ordinary and common experience that a student should have, whether they were training to be a hero or not. But only until he met Sero did he get to know more about it. Therefore being asked if he wanted to go somewhere, even after all the time they hung out thanks to Sero's suggestions, Todoroki still felt strange, and moved at the same time. Tell me where you want to go, and this wonderful, one-of-a-kind Sero Hanta will take you. Shouto! Hey, wait, Shouto! Shouto? Who dares call him his first name like that? I haven't called him that. Except that one time by accident, and nobody made me recall, but officially, not yet. Who? Sero turned and looked at the origin with full surprise and a jealous look. It was a high schooler boy. The most shocking thing was his face, as handsome as Todoroki's, with a nonchalant grin that was more visible the more he got closer to them. Hey, Shouto, you forgot this. He gave Todoroki a pen. Thanks, Toya. You're welcome. Who's this? The boy finally shifted his attention from Todoroki to Sero. He wasn't amazed, or showing admiration like other students, when he saw his UA uniform. This was pure curiosity and amusement in his look, scanning Sero up and down, as if he was something interesting to plan a prank. This is Sero, my friend. Sero, this is Toya, my senpai. He is in his second year. Hello. They had a handshake. Sero tried his best to not crush this guy's hand out of jealousy. Yeah, nice to meet you. We gotta go though. Bye. Oh, where are we going? Why the hurry? Toya whistled and joined shoulders with Todoroki, just like Sero was doing. There's no you in we. Just me and Todoroki. What, really? You're gonna go without me? Shoto, please. Will you let me join you? Sero didn't like this guy, Toya. He talked as if he was feeling sad for being left out, but seemed to show an underlying sassy attitude. Sero, can we let senpai join? Todoroki asked hesitantly. He was being put in a tough situation. On his left, Sero became grumpier than usual, while Toya on the other side was sad. Maybe because they really wanted to hang out with them and couldn't take no as an answer. Todoroki wanted just the two of them, like they always were, but he pitied his senpai too. He had just known Toya for a few weeks, but quickly learned that he didn't have many friends. Shouto, all my so-called friends are stupid and boring to hang out with. He was always having lunch alone in the same staircase that Todoroki went at the same time. Two loners, just like that, slowly became friends. Even all they talked about was some irrelevant small details in their lives. Naturally, he wanted Toya to have fun times like he did, since they were friends. But strangely, he didn't want to share his time spent with Sero to have an extra friend. Todoroki's startled by his own idea. Meanwhile, Sero couldn't say a word to let out his frustrations. He kind of knew what was going on inside of Todoroki's cute little head. I bet he's thinking it is normal to have a group of friends to hang out with, but I don't want this. But I also don't want to say anything that makes him annoyed. Whatever you want, Todoroki, I'm okay with anything. I'm okay, even if you change your mind right here, right now. Great, then let's go. Lead the way, tape boy. Toya jumped right in, made a headlock with Todoroki, then kicked slightly on Sero's knee to tell him to go forward. Being forced to break away from Todoroki, Sero was irritated, but he pushed all his negative feelings down inside. Hopefully this third wheel would go away quickly. I do not like this Toya character. I don't think it's like Toya as in Dabi Toya. I think it's just a coincidence. I don't like this Toya character. I'm sorry. You don't kick people. Or not kick people, but you don't treat people like that, especially people you just meet. I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm getting bad vibes. This might just be, me as in, like, Sero and just wanting them to have, like, little time by themselves. Also, Todoroki's developing feelings. The whole thing of Todoroki being like, oh, it must be a happier day because, Sero seems nicer. No, Todoroki, you are just catching the feels. Have fun, sweating and overthinking what you say and all that stuff. The first couple, what do you mean you made fucking that what? Sorry. I saw a message in the work group chat. I don't want to work there anymore. I want YouTube to be a full-time thing, right? I actually have a board on what I want my YouTube schedule to look like. And let's just say, shit is hectic. I would be posting, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things a day. Yep, 5 things a day. So 4 of those would be fan fiction related, and then the others would be different things. Like, I wish for Sunday, apart from the 4 series that I would do, I want to add the 4th series again. I used to have a 4th series, but I deleted it. But I want to add it again. I'm just trying to stand my ground and get situated. But then, what's it called? Sundays, I want there to be a fanfiction club podcast. It's gonna be different from Fanfiction Cloud. Fanfiction Cloud is still a thing that I want to do. Fanfiction Club is just me and a group of friends sitting down. There's no structure in that. There's no gonna be like, it's gonna be full spoilers. It's gonna be us sitting there and being like, all right, we decided to read this one fic for this week, right? And let's sit down and discuss what we all think about the fic, right? And stuff like that. And then Monday, well, what's Monday? Monday is Reaction Cloud, right? So a video of me reacting to something. Tuesday is one shot. So is Wednesday and Thursday. So those are one shots. So those days you get a lot of podfic stuff. Friday is Fanfiction Cloud, right? So you get the fanfiction recommendation. And then Saturday is a podcast that I actually want to start up soon. I think out of everything here, the things that I'm going to start up soon is the Fanfic Club podcast and then the Nothing podcast. So the weekends, basically, you guys are going to get my podcast. The two, sorry, I'm moving away from the mic. The two that I have planned, which is obviously Fanfiction Club podcast and then the Nothing podcast. I need to make sure that there's no podcast called the Nothing podcast. And I don't think there's anything called the Fanfiction Cloud, the Fanfiction Club podcast. Or Fanfic Club. Fanfic Club and then the Nothing podcast. Which, the Nothing podcast is just supposed to be me speaking about, not nothing, but like whatever the fuck I want to talk about. It has no topic. The topic is nothing. Therefore, it is the Nothing podcast, where I sit and talk about nothing. Sometimes I have a special guest, and we sit and we talk about stuff. But definitely the one that's definitely going to be brought in first will definitely, without a doubt, be the Fanfiction Club podcast. I need to see, I think every week I'll either have the same person or different people, or it'll be a group of people. It just depends on who is available that week to do stuff like that. But no, yeah, I'm definitely trying to really start honing in with YouTube and stuff like that. I'm feeling really motivated thanks to my work, aka I hate it so goddamn much. I'm not joking. I don't want to work a regular job. It's not even a regular job. I'm scheduled to work every day this week. Every day, except Thursday. Thursday's my only, and some people like, oh, well, that's a regular job. No, I can't do it. No. Fuck that shit. No. I want to make this my full-time thing, right? Apart from this, I want to do other content that's not just fanfiction stuff. I want to open up a Patreon where it's just going to be a bunch of, I already have Patreon ideas and stuff like that. I'm not going to put any fanfiction stuff. I think the only fanfiction stuff that's going to be on there are obviously, fanfic recommendation, personalized recommendations and stuff like that. But podfics, I think the only podfic that's ever gonna be there is early access to Fluffy Mind podfics and stuff like that. But other than that, there's gonna be no podfics in there because no. Right. Maybe I'll do a podfic in there, but obviously I'll have to get specific permission to be able to do that. But most likely that's not going to happen. For example, I'm thinking there's going to be pictures of Storm, weekly pictures of Storm, access to reading Fluffy Mind before it comes out to everybody else. The two podcasts, I have it in the second tier. The first tier is literally just access to Patreon only streams, polls to choose the next series, Patreon shoutouts, fan fiction updates. Saying oh, I just finished chapter 2, or oh, I just did this, or oh, I just did that, stuff like that. Although I might take that one out because I might not do that. Oh, I'll just do updates, just regular. No, I'll take that out. Yeah, because let's be honest, I haven't written my fanfic in a while. All right, tier 2 is 3 pictures of Storm weekly, early access to read my fanfics, Fanfiction Club podcast, and then the Nothing podcast. And then the biggest tier is 2 more weekly pictures plus 1 Storm video a weekly, early access to my fanfiction podcast, my fanfiction, emphasis on my, 3 full reaction videos weekly, and early access to any non-podfic video. Specific non-podfic video. Plus, there's gonna be a bunch of other stuff that I just throw out and stuff like that. And I mean, it's not that expensive. It's just $50 a month. I'm joking, it's not that much. God damn, I would never do that shit. I'm still looking at that. It's not gonna come anytime soon, I'll say that. I wanna get everything situated before I start doing that. I kind of want to get YouTube situated. I want to go into posting 5 times a day. So once I start posting 5 times a day and I start seeing, you know, stuff like that, I'll start opening it up more and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.